Hello, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, this is Whitino Intellectual Discourse, where minds meet, ideas compete, the official speaking scholarship competition platform of the Augustine Odefo Foundation. I am here today to announce the result of the competition between Wanyoma Kosochuku Jennifer and Muzaffar Abdul Rashid on the topic True or false? Men don't prioritize hypergamy. Women do. The judge has finished scoring the speakers, so let us listen to the judge as he scores the speakers.
Here's my decision judgment on the two contestants, Kosiso Chukwu versus Muzaffar. They both did well. They both showed that they are really understood the topic of discussion, and it was well presented by both of them. Okay, but the first speaker on the eye contact, the first speaker, even though she demonstrated that she wasn't reading from any material, but her eyes seems closed. Eyes were not open. She wasn't looking at anybody. Okay. While the second speaker, his eyes were open. There was that eye contact. And so the first speaker was also kind of stammer. Okay. And there was kind of break, okay, in her presentation. But the second speaker was very, very fluent. There was no break. He wasn't stammering and so on. So, on the average, I think the second speaker scored better than the first speaker. Okay, for vocal, on, under delivery and presentation, for the vocal variety, the first speaker had 5% over 10, while the second speaker had 8 over 10. For eye contact, okay, which is 15%, the first speaker had 10%, while the second speaker 12%. For body language, the first speaker scored 5, while the second speaker scored 6. For fluency, the first speaker scored 5, the second speaker scored 6. Under content and substance, for clarity of thought, both of them scored 10%, 10 over 10. Then for depth of analysis, they both scored 10, 10. Then supporting evidence, the first speaker scores 15%, the second speaker had 18%. For structure and organization, under structure and organization in introduction, the first speaker scored 5 over 8, while the second speaker scored 6. For body or transitions, the first speaker scored 3, while the second speaker scored 4. Then for conclusion, the first speaker scored 5, while the second speaker scored 6.
Having listened to the judge, let me go ahead and announce the result. I'll start with Kosi Sochuku, the first speaker. There were 234 votes from the public, and out of these votes, Kosi Sochuku had 111 votes. So this gave her a percentage score of 14.2% out of the 30% from the public. And she scored 73 over 100 from the judge. And when that score is converted to 70%, it becomes 51.1%. So her total score is the sum of her score from the public and the score she got from the judge. When you add the two scores, you will have 65.3%. For Muzaffar, the second speaker, out of the 234 votes from the public, Muzaffar had 123 votes. So this gave him a percentage score of 15.8% over 30 from the public. and he scored 86 over 100 from the judge. And when that is converted to 70%, it becomes 60.2%. So Muzaffar's total score is the sum of his score from the public and the score he got from the judge. When you add the two scores, you will have 76%. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the competition between Wanyoma Kosuchukwu and Muzaffar Abdul Rashid, Muzaffar emerged winner with a total score of 76%. And it is important to note that this is the final competition from this group. And out of the 4 speakers in this group, which is group 2, Muzaffar has the highest point and has therefore qualified for the next stage of the competition, which is stage 2, the semi-final. So congratulations, Muzaffar. Well done, Kosuchukwu. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the result. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.